Hello everyone, here I am again. I am going to today do a little Easter project using the watercolour pencils which are currently available in the Spring Summer catalogue, and this ends on May the 31st, so we don't know yet what's carrying over. So if you like the watercolour pencils, you need to get them quick to be sure of getting them. The other thing I'm using is these cute little cellophane bags. These are the small ones because they make such beautiful little treats. And I bought a load of mini eggs, chocolate eggs, and then I split the packets up so that they go a bit further, and this just makes them look a little bit more special. I'm going away tomorrow with a bunch of teenagers. As a teacher of teenagers, it's a bit like a busman's holiday, but I will enjoy it. And we're going to do a quiz on Monday night, and these are going to be the prizes. This was the first one I made. It's my little prototype, which I've done with a retired colour. It was an in colour a few years ago called Hello Honey, which I quite like, but I thought the eyes were too big. So this is the one that I've settled on, and I've just used the eyes are a bit smaller, and those are pearls that I've coloured. So this is what I did. So I took some Whisper White cardstock, and for I've bent that. For that bit I used our 2.5 inch circle punch, which I've cut out of Whisper White. You can see this is the one I used before. So just cut a 2.5 inch circle for that. And then I've used the owl builder punch, and you only need the owl bit, these two smaller circles and the heart, and you can be quite clever and have no waste by putting that in like that, and it just covers what you need with really hardly any waste. Don't like waste, as you know. And those are the bits that we need. And then for the wings, I've used a retired punch. I've used the 1 3/4 scallop punch, but if you've got the scallop thinlits, then you can use that. And I just want half of it, so I just measure it up at half, and that does the wingspan at the back. For the eyes, I'm using some of our pearls. I'm going to use the bigger size one, and I'm just going to colour it with a black Sharpie to change the colour. So I'm going to colour them now and leave it to dry. You could also colour a gem if you wanted to, but I quite liked the pearl, the way it sort of sticks up. I was going to use a googly eye, but the googly eyes I've got are too big, so I'll just leave that to dry whilst we do the rest of it. So first thing you've got to do is cut the owl's sort of ear bits off, and I just put my scissors there, and if you kind of look where you're going, it kind of helps with meeting your target, and just give it a little bit of a turn, and do the same on the other side. And if it's not quite curved enough, you can always go back in, and that's that bit done. So that's your little chicken body. We've got our eyes, hard to see, hard to pick up, and the thing that always escapes is the little heart for the beak, which I can't actually see anywhere, so I'll just cut another one here. There. So for the nose, so I'm using the two colours I'm using from the watercolour pencils are Pumpkin Pie and Daffodil Delight. Obviously if you've got the cardstock, you could just cut it out of the cardstock, So all I did was colour around the edges, nice and dark. And then slightly lighter in the middle. I didn't do the feet. And then I got my blender pen, make sure it's, and then I just blended it. I did quite like the way it then gave it a bit of sort of shading, light and dark, doing this way, which you don't get if you use the cardstock. And then I did the same with the wings. I kind of did the wings so that I did dark stripes kind of up the middle, to sort of give an effect of long feathers going out, and then coloured lightly in between. And then blended them. And a sort of flicky movement. Give a little bit of texture. Like so. And then I coloured the beak in pumpkin pie and the feet. On the original one I used Calypso Coral on this one, so just whatever colours you've got, and then just blend that out. Nice little subtle. There we go. And then I took my Peekapoo Peach, because I thought that went quite... I did actually look at Peekapoo Peach to actually make the little chicken out of, but I decided it was too peachy. And so just inking a bit round the edges to give it a bit of dimension there, and then the same on the wings. What I'm going to do with the wings first is cut it in half, because that's how they're going to get stuck on. So again, just ink a bit around the edges of that, gives it a nice little effect. I do like sponging. And then I just sponged around the circle. I wanted a bit more than just edging. You could do it like that to give you a bit more colour going in. Depends what effect you want. There we go. And then we just need to do a bit of stamping for the sentiment. This is the Happy Easter from the Teeny Tiny Sentiments. Oh, I was looking for my little scrap there. So just a little in there, Happy Easter. And then I'm using my little punch here, which is now retired, but we do have a replacement. Line it up, and then I'll just sponge that as well, and then hopefully the pearls will now be dry, and then we just need to put it all together. There we go. Put all that away before I stick something in it. Right, so quite simply done. A little bit of Tombow. Gonna stick the beak in the middle, just a little tiny dot. fiddly fiddly. Stick it somewhere in the middle. Stuck to my hands. There we go. And then I stick in the eyes so that they cover the top bit of the heart. So I just put a little blob there, little blob there. Gives it a good bit of spacing, and then you only see the triangly bit of the beak. I did the first one I made. I just managed to get glue everywhere, but the nice thing about Tombow is you use our little glue eraser. It takes it all off. So that's the eyes. And then what have I done with my pearls? I put them out of the way to dry. And where's my little pokey tool? And then I just take a pearl and stick it in the middle. And it doesn't matter if there's a bit of pearl showing, because it looks a bit like the lights hitting it. Gives it a nice effect. There we go. There, a little cutie. And then just stick the wings on the back. I kind of do, you see there's like half a, I put that at the top. So just I sort of line it up so that that curve coming out the bottom there a bit. You can do it however you want. Gives him a bit of personality. There we go. On the other side. So a little chick taking off in flight, and then I put the little happy Easter. He's got a bit more out that side than that side. Doesn't matter. And then I just stuck it across him a little bit. Like so. Folded this in half. So much easier when the camera went on. Fold that in half. Can't find the bone folder. I'm sitting looking at it. I think it's downstairs actually. I was doing some Easter cards the other day. And so these little packets, really nice and thin, makes your treats go further, and it looks so much nicer. So I just fold it down twice, put that over the top like so, and then I take my stapler and I just put 2 staples in it to hold it together, and our little chick will cover that up nicely. A couple of dimensionals on the back. I'll stick 3 on. Let's be generous. Two, 3. Don't know why I count, but you do, don't you? I do anyway. And then just stick that on. And so yeah, a really nice, easy peasy, lemon squeezy little Easter treat. You could stick a bit of ribbon on, I did with that one, change up the colours, but I really liked it. Okay, thank you. See you again. Have a lovely, lovely Easter. I'm off on holiday and I'll probably post this whilst I'm away. Okay, bye.